Okay, good afternoon. Vivek, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending of course on where you are now. John Scalp, hi. Garu, hello to you. John Sniper, Martin Bianco as well. Fadi Nassar is here. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Trader GT, hello, big boss. How about that? Fane, Preach, Delboy, Blue Horseshoe. How do you get that name? Hello, everyone. Blue Horseshoe. Delboy, it's about time you put your avatar up. Yeah? You're looking a bit like Max in lockdown there. Right, folks, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, basically, the way I've been looking, I've had a couple of trades on today. Got stopped out on a CAD yen trade, although the CAD is only a low time frame chart. But the way I've been playing it this afternoon basically has been risk on, so commodity currency strength, and the safe haven currencies, the yen and the Swiss weakness. So that's basically been the theme for me. I am in a pound Oz trade for my sins, but this is still looking reasonably good. So buying the strong CAD most really makes sense. Buying the strong, selling the weak is the way I like to play it. So CAD yen down here at the bottom is so I got stopped out on that. Silly, I got stopped out by a couple of. It's only a 15-minute chart, so it happens. And then we had a sort of big move up again. 40 pips up would have hit my TP. Got stopped out by 2 pips and then moved against me. I'm on a 15-minute chart. It's got to be the way, isn't it? Got to be the way. If you're trading a 15-minute chart, you got an ATR of 11 pips, 2 ATRs, 30 pips. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. But I still quite like this trade to the upside. I think it's got, it's got the sort of momentum on the 1 hour chart. It's got the momentum on the 4 hour chart. You're seeing this big sort of bearish, bullish pin at the bottom here on the 4 hour. If you traded nakeds on the 4 hour, there you go. There would have been an entry there. I don't trade the nakeds on the 4 hour, but there you go. There is the momentum. Now, the trend, we always say, is your friend. And so look at this daily as well. The daily pin from last week. Not in that one either. I was away on holiday. That's giving you 150 pips. Taken out the resistance support zone. So I think the old support acting as resistance. So there's a classic entry there, isn't it? CAD yen. I think this does drive back up to these levels, up to 88. But obviously picking your entries, going down to the smaller time frames, waiting for the pullbacks, most really makes sense. Not a bad little pullback that. I would say this zone here. I don't take trades having just been stopped out, but I think this level here, is mostly not a bad little level. You've had a 50% pullback from where we sort of started this morning in the Asian session, or late, Asian session, hits the high, 50% pullback. Looking left, we had some consideration, some supply and demand changing hands in that zone. And back to it now. So I think risk reward stops below this zone from here. 40, 50 pip stop, trend continuation. Risk rewards on your favour, in your favour, I would say. So that one is okay. Aussie yen. Yeah, a little bit of a pullback coming in here. Okay, so I would say, yeah, I think this little pullback here, you've seen a 20 pip pullback. 1 hour ATR is 16 pips, so 30 pip pullback takes you to about this zone here. It's following the trend. It's following a trend, following simple set of rules. Okay, so I would say if this pulls back into 29 sort of 40, there's the entry there. Stops 40 pips. Take profit targets 80 pips on a 1 hour chart. Good afternoon, Adrian. Good afternoon, Yo-Yo. Good afternoon, Refill as well. Oh, yeah, you're back in the room. It's from Wall Street Movie. Okay, right, got it. Blue Horseshoe loves. Okay. Thank you, Delboy. Got your avatar up there. We've got J.K. Rowling. So Aussie yen, yeah, most probably. Well, there's the bias. I mean, there's your bias. I mean, you got strong commodity currencies. You got strong, and you got a weakening of the yen. The markets are still in risk-on mode. S&P 500 still up. The stock markets are up. Bonds aren't doing anything, but stock markets are sort of just hovering here at all-time highs, as you can see. Sort of hovering here at all-time highs, and yeah, it is risk on. You're going to have your pullbacks, but expect to get stopped out. Yeah, nice little ascending move here in the stocks, isn't it? Nicely fanned out 8 and 21 moving average. There's no real, can't really call a resistance zone in that, as we're at all-time ever highs. All-time highs. Where's the resistance zone? Next round number, I guess. I would guess, maybe. What you're saying? Euro dollar. Yeah. So it's all. So the dollar's basically playing the game as we expected, treading water. I mean, it's hardly changed really. I mean, that's the 4-hour chart. But if you go down to the lower time frame charts, it's pretty flat stuff today. You know, we've got a range of 20 pips before we've just broken out. We have broken out. We have come back, broke out, hit the level of. I think our target for the weekly report is 118. It is 118. Pulling back into previous highs. Pulling back into yesterday's high. Um, 30 pip stop, 50 pip profit target up to there. So yeah, we've been saying that all week. Jackson Hole Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's the sort of only event really of the week, as you can see. What scrolling across my top there, Jackson Hole. I think you can see that, can't you? So. And that was my theme in the weekly report. I mean, I was expecting, after seeing the massive rally in the dollar recently, big moves, to 3% up against the commodity currencies, New Zealand and Aussie, and 3% up against the pound, or 2.5% up against the pound, 1.25% up against the euro. Big moves in the dollar last week on the expectations, continue on the expectations of central bank tapering. And of course, the markets are eyeing that as the most logical move. Got ahead of itself, I think. Powell is going to, I think, pull the brakes on a little bit with the COVID sort of Delta variant still spreading away, and I think that's what's basically happening at the moment. The markets are maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves, and we're going to see the dollar, as I said all week, the dollar's going to weaken up into Jackson Hole towards the end of the week. Markets are going up because of the vaccine approval of the Pfizer since yesterday, and the stimulus packages through Congress. I think don't worry, pound Aussie 15-minute trend continuation. Yeah, you're going to have a better entry now, pound Aussie, than I'm in. I'm short this already. Oops, daisy, not that one. Oh, that one's all about. Pound Aussie. Yep. So, I trade this. I'm short this on this pattern. Where am I short it on the 15-minute chart? Well, yeah, I think I'm short on these patterns here. This pullback. That's right. But here's a good entry. I mean, 89 sort of 20 zone trend continuation, 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. I mean, the only thing is you've got this 4 hour support. I took my short trade while we were through here, and so we breached it on my challenge thing. So yeah, I think this, if you're not in that short, well, you can get better entry short now than me. Stops 89 sort of 50, and then trend continuation lower. Pound is looking a bit weak. Mostly comes back down in time to 87.75. This zone, probably. Nice daily pin at the top here last week. That's a naked trade set up there, isn't it? Looking at the previous level. Where's your previous level of... not really resistance level, is it? But would have made for... well, nice looking pin at the top there. Yeah, gold should go higher, morphs, hopefully. With the falling of the dollar. Bond yields are stuck at 1.25, so they're not really moving very much. So the stock market is not really having an effect on the bond markets at the moment. Normally when you see the stock markets drive higher, you might see the bonds a bit sold and yields push up, but it's not really happening at the moment. Maybe. I'm still in them, I haven't... I'm more balanced now than I was the last time you met. Last time I spoke to you. More balanced as a person. No, I'm more balanced in my portfolio, so I've weighted myself up more with stocks and bonds. So I don't really have a big gold exposure that I'm concerned about now. But yeah, you'll see 2,400 in gold. Don't you worry about it. So New Zealand. Nice pullback. There's some pullbacks going on here. I'm going to be leaving the desk in a minute, but if I was trading into the Asian session, or into the US session, into the Asian session, there's some opportunities coming on, I think. For some pullbacks on a lower time frame trend. Yeah. This is, I mean, that move there. What's that move? The big move. It's 50% zone of this. If you take out here, breakout, close, retest, bullish engulf on this little pullback. New Zealand yen goes higher, doesn't it? I told you, New Zealand. A couple of COVID cases in Auckland, and it was, oh, we're not moving interest rates. That's going to be old news, and very soon you'll see talks of New Zealand rates going higher again, and the New Zealand, well, it's correcting back on the dollar already. You know, you see that against the against there. So this is the New Zealand dollar. So we're already over 50% recovery of that, which I think was in my weekly trade pick for the week. I think. Let's have a look here. By the way, just in case some of you have missed this, I mean, you've got to keep looking at the site because it's changing all the time. We've uploaded all those cheat sheets I've done in the past. I don't know if you've seen all this, but all these cheat sheets that we put out on the YouTube. You can download some of these cheat sheets. A business plan template there. Has anyone seen all this? Using risk on, risk off indicators. Step-by-step guide to stochastics for those of the breakout strategies. Great little things we put out for you here. I don't know what the take-up is of these. I know we monitor it somehow, but I don't know what the take-up is like. But make sure you check it out. So the weekly report. Where do they put that now? Not Trading News, it's Trading Lab, isn't it? There you go. New Zealand dollar long. A 50% correction will see this move to 69.25 being tested. There you go. 69.25 was a call from me on Monday. Only took a day, didn't it? There we go. 69. So we had a good 150 pip correction. There you go. Of that move. Right, folks. I've got some wasp buzzing around this office at the moment. There we go. Off he goes somewhere. So I'll leave him. I'll leave here pretty quick. Okay, folks. That's just a quick little wrap for me. Still thinking that the US dollar. I mean, it's had a good move back up, back down now. The US dollar mostly just trickles lower now. Maybe I think you've seen the bulk of the move. Before sort of the Powell starts speaking at Jackson. But the commodity currencies are still well bid, and the safe haven currencies are still sold off. So I don't see any real reason why you want to deviate from that at the moment. Remember, trade your strategy. Got to have a set of rules. Got to have a plan. Just trading willy nilly. Here you go again. Without a plan, well, that's the sure fast way to the poorhouse, I think. So make sure you got your strategy. There you go. You saw there in the lab. You got your checklist, business plan. Get it all sorted out. Who is Willy, Andrew? Willy nilly. We did that earlier. Willy nilly. What does willy nilly mean for all you? Is it I don't know, willy nilly. Well, we know what willy nilly is, don't we? Willy nilly basically means. What does willy nilly mean? We had this morning. Definition of willy nilly. Haphazardly, at random, randomly. Yeah. Oops. There he goes again. Don't be trading willy nilly. Willy nilly is a dude without a trade plan. That's right, Trader GT. That's so not me. Good. Well, hopefully that's what we try to get across to people here in the room. You know, I can't give you trades every 5 minutes of the day to make you a trader, but I can hopefully give you the mental mentorship to make you change what you're doing. Remember, most people that are trading outside of this room, but most people that are trading lose money, trading CFDs, Forex, what have you. And I say to all the one-on-ones that I do, I can't make you a trader, but I can tell you what all the people are doing wrong and why they're losing. If you can't shift yourself away from what they're doing, then you'll just be in the same pile of those losers. Willy-nilly is a silly billy. There you go. Right, folks, I'll leave it there. Wednesday workshop tomorrow, so another full day of streaming. Mark will be on again tonight, and then we'll do a full day tomorrow. And for some reason, I am on tomorrow morning, although it's not in the calendar, so I'll update the calendar now. For some reason, it's not there. Okay, folks, I'll see you all